and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has been managing everything. We have caregiver, and now this could actually be somebody who is like compensated for providing care to somebody. But this could also be someone who is taking on that role because there's nobody else to care for their family member or for their partner. But this person feels trapped. They feel like there is something that needs to change, or they feel like running away. So I do feel like we have some potential here for a little bit of chaos, or maybe even like a random, I don't know, like just gonna disappear and go where I feel like I want to go. And that could, of course, cause some people to freak out. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member and also how to have your very own Curious Cards candle. I have soy candles specifically because they are better for the environment and for your health. Let's dive in. I think what we need is we're gonna go with the Spellcaster's Tarot. And let's see what else we have for you. What else? Five of Swords in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse, and the Fool. This is somebody who's just like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want your opinion. I don't feel like staying here, so I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't want to stay with you and your, I don't know, weird taste in music or your rubbery scrambled eggs. I think this is actually the person who's getting the care. I think this is someone who feels like they just want to get away for the day because they're sick of this person. Now, take it how it resonates. It could be the person who's providing the care. It could be the person who's being cared for. But they're looking at this and thinking, I'm tired of being stuck every day in the same place. I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to be a little adventurous. The King of Wands is somebody who is, you know, bold, fearless. And then we have Strength and Star. Yeah, I think this is somebody who's saying, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be in the same room every day. So I'm just going to buy me like a train ticket or a bus ticket. And you guys can like try to find me, but I'm going on an adventure. I'm going on an adventure. I think this is the person who's receiving care for the majority of you. And they're like, I don't need this. I just want to have some fun. I want to go and eat my favorite pizza or my favorite burger, and you can't stop me. Devil in the reverse and the Empress. I don't feel like there is any like negativity with the provider of care, which would be the Empress. I think it's really just that somebody is sick of being in the same spot. And they don't seem to care if they cause some chaos. Like, okay, you can like try to find me or whatever, but so we have the Page of Pentacles and the Emperor. Yeah, this is someone who's reclaiming, like taking back their power. Like, I know you wanted to make all my decisions, or I know you feel like I shouldn't be out and about and it's too risky for my health, or, you know, I might like catch a cold or something, but I'm going to make my own decision. I'm going to this reunion, or I'm going to this movie premiere because I've been looking forward to it and you can't stop me. There is something they want to see. With this Three of Cups, it's a specific like place they want to go or an event that is happening that they want to be a part of. I want to go to, you know, Comic-Con. I want to see all the cool costumes. I don't care what you think. I know you think it's like too dangerous for me or whatever, but nope. I don't care. I'm doing it anyways. And now everybody is freaking out, or at least the caregiver is, because they don't know where this person is. This person is not, maybe they don't have a driver's license. Maybe they don't really know the bus system, but they're headed out on their own anyways. They're determined. So, yeah, I think we have some concern, some freaking out. This is the, let's see, what's the news? Hello, CTF. How are you doing? Hello, Bua. I'm happy you've got some beliefs, but let's just make sure that we're not here to recruit or like judge anybody, okay? Hello, Alex. How are you doing? Yes, that's pretty much all I have. How are you doing, Zephyr? What else do we have? You guys, look, I got a pineapple on my shirt, and I pulled the pineapple card. This person is gonna go do something that makes them happy. I don't necessarily think that it's as crazy as the, you know, second line there. I don't know that this is somebody who's going to party, but they know what they want to do, and they're not going to let anybody stop them. I think it's an event. Like, I want to go to the state fair. I haven't had the fried green olives in decades, and I'm determined I'm going to get me some fried green olives. If you're asking, that's a real thing that I had at the Minnesota State Fair, and I've thought about it for years because it was delicious. Hey, guess what? I'm happy to do those for you, but Zephyr, you would want to attach your question or your request to a super chat. It turns out there's a lot of people who want me to pull cards for them. I'm going to do the general reading first, and then I will do personal questions. And if you want to be one of those, you can attach your request to a super chat, or you can donate a membership to someone else. Hello, Taylor. How are you doing today? What else do we have? Detective and fed up. I'm sick of someone always like having to know everything that is going on. Like they have to make my decisions for me. They don't like what I chose to wear today, or they always make me eat English muffins. Maybe I don't like muffins. So I'm going to go off on my own little adventure. I'm not going to let you make my decisions today. I'm do my own thing. And I think that this caregiver or the person who was directly responsible for the adventurer here, I think they are distracted. They miss the red flag, or they miss the signs that this person is sneaking out because they are like buried in their phone. They're flirting with someone, or maybe even a little bit heartbroken, but this is someone who is distracted and doesn't expect there to be any kind of crazy, like out of the norm kind of thing. So then the person who's receiving the care is able to snag a little bit of money and tiptoe out the front door on their way to, we're just going to say it's the Comic-Con. It can be anything. Hello, Delinia. Hello, Kraken. How are you doing? Hello, FIFA. I really don't care if you don't like my tattoos. I really don't care. So you can be respectful in the live chat, or you can keep it moving, okay? Hello. Hey, Tyler. Why don't you ask somebody what they identify as before you make a judgment? Does that sound like a good idea? I'm pretty sure the Bible says, judge not, yet ye be judged, right? Let's see what else we've got. We're going to go with this Gamer's Ways. What else do we have? No, I didn't block you, but I will. You're telling me that my tattoos are a red flag. That's the first thing that you said on my live chat. Could you at least say, like, hey, how are you before you judge me? Hello, CTF. How are you doing? I hope you have a great time at the golf course. Hey, guess what, Tyler? You can believe in multiple things at the same time. I have a gift. I believe I got it from God. And just because you feel like that doesn't make sense, doesn't mean that it doesn't for me. The tarot cards were actually designed and originated, like traced back to the Italian papal court. Do you know what that is? It's based on the chapters that you go through in your life. And if you use it correctly, it can help you avoid or overcome the obstacles in your life. Hello, Napping. How are you doing? You're funny, Redbeard. Hello, Betty. How are you doing today? We have abandoned save. Are you sure you want to delete the save file? When we were young, we take for granted the XP gained from many small battles. We flee from conflict and monotony alike, inevitably resulting in a level so low that it halts our ability to progress. Then we learn some growth requires starting over. I think we have somebody who is sick of the program, sick of the day-to-day, and wants something that is out of the ordinary. They want an adventure. Like, let's do something different. Let's go explore. Let's take some risks. And I'm not going to tell anybody that that's what I'm doing. So we have main character. There is no question as to why you were chosen for leadership on this mission. You know the value of being fierce in all pursuits, be that loyalty and compassion or competence and tenacity. A well-rounded warrior. So this is the emperor, the person who decided to break free from whatever monotony they've been living. And we have the free-for-all. It seems there's some disagreement on what the party's goals are during this venture. Everybody wants something different, and there's concerns as to whether this cooperative effort can be successfully cooperative. Oh, do we have more than one person that broke out? This is kind of making me think of the Twilight Zone episode where they have elderly folks in a home and they play can to feel young again. And I think the character's name is George. I might be wrong on that. But they're trying to make it seem like this dude's totally off his rocker. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you, obsessing over these things? And at the end of the episode, you've got a bunch of kids running around instead of older people. So it looked like homie was right. He figured out a way to get out. Hey, FIFA, I disagree. That's okay, though. If it means that you won't hit on me, I'm all right with that. We have the Warlock. Likely an avid spawn camper, the Warlock doesn't have friends. They have minions. They are loyal only to themselves and can be ruthless in ensuring that they are victorious in their plots. Spell work may be utilized. This is, I think, the caregiver or the person who runs, I don't know if it has to be an old folks home. Whoever's in charge of this place where the emperor feels that they are trapped, the emperor may have invited a friend or two to go along with them, but they decide to break out. They're like, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'm not going to take those pills. I'm not going to eat that horrible excuse of a breakfast. I'm going to go on my own little adventure. Hello, Peanut. I wouldn't identify that way, but I have them guarding my tarot cards. Hello, Douglas. If you would like me to do a personal question for you, please put your question in a super chat. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing? Probably about 16 years. Pretty long time. It can be tempting to spawn. It can be tempting to spam your special ability to muscle your way through hordes for shiny treasure. That's why the developers usually don't let you do it. Someone in the party is getting much needed rest or is encouraged to. I think we have the person who was watching the warlock was taking a bit of a break. It did reference that this person may have been kind of stuck in their phone because they're dealing with a romantic partner. And as such, there is the emperor and possibly more than the emperor, maybe even a couple of friends who sneak out and go on this adventure. They don't seem to want to have another monotonous day. They want something that is a little bit more exciting. Hey, Daryl, I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with you consistently asking the same question. Okay? Let's not do that anymore. Hey, Tyler, if you would like to be more respectful, you're welcome to come back, but I'm putting you in a timeout, okay? Yep, that is correct, Amanda. I do the general reading for the first 30 minutes, sometimes 35, and then I dive into personal questions. Hello, Shane. How are you doing? What else do we have? 8 of Pentacles. The Seeker, which is the Hermit in the reverse, and the Empress. Yeah, this is somebody who realizes that there is a moment they aren't being watched, that somebody like the warden is, distracted, right? So if they're distracted and I have a way to get the keys or I have a way to, sneak out the back door, then that's what they end up choosing to do. They don't want to deal with this monotony anymore. They want a little adventure. So they take that opportunity to cut and run. And I feel like they have found some money to get them through the day as well. Yep. Wheel of Fortune and Page of Pentacles. I found this $100 bill. It's definitely going to help me out. It's definitely going to, buy that bus fare or whatever it is. Hey, Amanda, that's why I said you attach it to a super chat, which is a tip. So there's 11,000 videos on my channel if you want to watch. Probably something will resonate for you. But if you want a specific question answered, then I do charge. Hello, Kathy. How are you doing today? We have the Prince of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Wands, and the 8 of Swords in the reverse. It looks to me like this is somebody who watches and waits and realizes when the warden isn't looking, right? And then they take their opportunity. Because I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be stuck here. The 8 of Swords, if it were in the upright, would talk about somebody who still feels trapped. Nope. They find a way to get out. Going on a little adventure. 4 of Swords, Justice, and the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Even though they did have probably some locked doors, or maybe there was a key card that was needed, maybe they don't have, easy access to some sort of transportation, they are strategic in their decisions. And somehow they make it through all of these different checkpoints to be able to go on this adventure. It's like a movie. I'm not going to let anybody stop me. I got some money. Let's go. Yep, and here's the Emperor again. So this person could have Aries in their chart, but it's definitely bold energy. I know how to get around these locks, or I know how to get to the city where I want to be, and I intend to have a little bit of an adventure. So if you want like a longer form personal reading, I do that off the live stream for multiple questions. And that starts at 40 USD. But on here, most people tip between $5 and even up to $20, depending on how many questions they have. User, are you always so demanding? I'm literally greeting everybody in the chat. Chill out, bro. Hello, Bruce. How are you doing? Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. It's about respect, so make sure that you show respect to people in the live chat and, of course, me. We do readings to see what's going on. But hello, Lemonade. It's true. But today's reading, we have somebody who's sneaking out, I think, from some sort of maybe medical facility, or maybe even their own home if they have a caregiver that helps them in their home, or they're going on an adventure. They're saying, I don't want to be stuck like this. I don't want to do the same thing every day. And I think they got some event or place in mind. They want their favorite pasta, or they want to go to a baseball game, or I think I used Comic-Con. They're not going to stay and have another monotonous day. So we have the Five of Wands. I think they rile up somebody else. I think they get somebody else to join them. And then they wait until the guards pass by, and then they break out. It's kind of exciting. Haley, how are you doing today? Let's do the blood moon, actually. What else do we have? Hello, Edmund. How are you doing? What else do we have? The Sun in the reverse. Three of Songs, which is the Three of Cups. Yeah, so when they have a moment to sneak out, they do, and they might meet up with somebody else, but they know that they need to be secretive, or they know that they need to be like tiptoeing around, right? If I get caught, I might not be able to make it to my destination. I might not be able to, achieve that goal that I set for myself. Oh, wow. I appreciate people that do that. I think that's not easy work. Oh no, I'm sorry it's raining, Lee. I hope the sun comes out. We got the Four of Songs, which is the Four of Cups. The Two of Dreams, or the Two of Swords, and the Four of Honey, which is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like because we have the warden or whoever is watching this person, they're distracted. So we've got two fours. Interesting. Yeah. So I saved up a little bit of money, or maybe even stole it, and I'm going on an adventure. Let's do this. Yeah, I think there is something to be said for getting out and about, right? So we have the King of Swords, or the King of Dreams, in the reverse, and the Page of Honey, or the Page of Pentacles. So I'm not going to tell anybody where I'm going. I'm just going to be gone. I'm going to go out, have me a little adventure. The Fool, the Knight of Skins, or Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Dreams, or Ten of Swords. There is definitely somebody who gets mad. I can't believe you would go off on your own like that. I can't believe you would take that risk. You didn't even ask permission. You don't even know what's going on out there. Isn't that a cool card? But that's because sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. I'm just saying, sometimes the best stories in your life happen because you were just kind of like, F it, let's just do it. They gonna be mad, but it's okay. I'm gonna have my fun first. I'm gonna go have my little adventure. I'm gonna go, enjoy my favorite burger in all the land. We have the Nine of Songs or the Nine of Cups in the reverse, and the Ace of Dreams or the Ace of Swords. So the decision is made. I know it's a little selfish. I know there's gonna be some people that are mad, and maybe even someone who gets in trouble. But I am leaving. I am taking this opportunity. And the Emperor comes out again with the Ten of Songs, which is the Ten of Cups. And we have the anatomical heart there. I think this is someone who feels like if they don't get out now, they might not have another chance. I need to take this opportunity and live it up and have this amazing adventure because I don't know if they'll let me, next week or next month. Maybe I've got some surgery coming up, or maybe I'm getting moved to a different place and I really want to have that burger. Or I really want to go see that movie. Whatever it is, they're determined. This is the situations deck. Hello, Urban Walker. How you doing? What else do we have, please? Roller coaster, highest high, adrenaline rush, commitment, long-term relationship, and insatiable, unquenchable, wanting more. So the warden or the caregiver or whoever is, responsible for this individual, they might be distracted because of some relationship issue, right? And the emperor decides to take advantage of that. Okay, I'm going to go have some fun that I know I'm probably not allowed to because you're all tied up. You're really focused on that relationship situation. So I'm going to go have some fun. I'm going to take a risk. Because I don't want to just sit here every day and think about how this doesn't work or that person, doesn't like me anymore or, feeling bad for myself. Instead, I'm going to grab life by the short curlies. I'm sorry. That's just what's coming through. And I'm going to go do this thing that I want to do, even though I know it's going to cause some anxiety for someone else, even though I know somebody might get in trouble for me being able to break out. I'm going to do it anyways. It's what I want to do. So I feel like the Fable Makers is the right tarot deck to choose now, but just, don't make fun of me because this tarot deck is gigantic and my hands are small, okay? Hello, Ash. How are you doing? Thank you, Urban Walker. I appreciate it. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Oh, that's good, Amanda. I'm sure she's very thankful for you. Mark, it depends on the tarot deck. Some of them are a little bit more specific, but Two of Wands is more so about the planning stage, and the Three of Wands is more so about taking action. All right. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, Seven of Wands, Two of Swords, Three of Wands, the Devil in the reverse, and the Page of Swords with the Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So we've got someone who's saying basically, because I'm picking the right time, because I'm waiting until the warden is distracted, I can break free. You see how the card moves a little bit? And I think the wands themselves move on this one. So they're saying, I find an opportunity to get out of here, then I'm going to do it. They wait for the right moment, and then they take that action. Devil in the reverse, Page of Swords. It's not because I'm trying to cause trouble. It's not because I want somebody to, have a horrible day. I just really don't want to stay in the same place every day. I want something different to happen, right? So we have someone willing to spend a little bit of money and take a risk so that they can have quite the extraordinary day. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Aren't they? What else do we have? We have the Old Woman and the Room. So this is someone who feels like they're constrained to the same four walls every day. They may have had an injury or some sort of surgery that made it difficult for them to be mobile. They don't care. They're not going to let that stop them. They want to go out on this adventure, and they're taking advantage. I feel like there's some sort of breakup or emotional frustration here for the warden, the person who's watching them, the caregiver. And the old woman, doesn't have to be a woman, takes advantage, right? I don't want to just sit here all day and waste away. I want to go get my favorite burger. I found some money, or I had some money hidden away. I'm going to take that and I'm going to, enjoy myself. Go on a little adventure. So we have Love and Thoughts. I've had plenty of time to think about this. I have had plenty of time to make up a plan. And now the person who's responsible for me is distracted and maybe even a little bit distraught dealing with this romantic situation. So now's my chance. Now's my opportunity to be able to, get out of town. This is the Green Witch Oracle. Let's see what else we've got. That's a good quote, Redbeard. Hello, Tava. How are you doing? Ah, yes. That makes sense. So we have the Broom, energy clearing and freshening. I want to get out and about and enjoy some new experiences, or get back to that favorite place where I used to, go eat with my friends or party with my friends. Because I don't want to be in the same room every day. Leaves, renewal, revival, and progress. And that little bit of excitement seems to be exactly what they want, exactly what they need. But it requires a cup of tea, a little bit of patience, making sure they choose the right moment, because they can't just ask. They would be told no. We have Fog, obscurity, feeling lost, and Cauldron, creation, opportunity, and caring. They're feeling frustrated because their days kind of start to melt into another because they're so similar. And now that they have this opportunity to get out and have this adventure, they're taking advantage. I don't think I can blame them for that. This is the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Good morning, Ben. How are you doing? Milliken, no. In fact, I would love to actually have my own chicken coop someday. I think that would be fun. I know it probably smells bad, but, harvesting your own eggs, I feel like that would be cool, right? Hello, Jessica. How are you doing? Hello, Starry Night. How's your weekend? Good morning, Joanne. How are you doing? So we have Fur, war and strife. So there's an argument going on here. I feel like it's a romantic argument. And because somebody is distracted, our adventurer takes their opportunity. Fraud and misrepresentation. Oh no, they might steal somebody's credit card. If they don't have access to their own money, they might feel like this is the only way that they can do that. Herial, purification. They feel like it's worth it. I might get in trouble, but I'm going to do this anyways. I got to go get that burger. Thank you, Lee. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Your daughter deserves better than that. Why build on meeting? That's not forgivable. These are important things. And conversation. I've got that added for you. Oh, that sounds good, Jessica. And then we've got Marbus, unrestrained living. Somebody who decides, I'm not going to live by the rules today. The rules were for yesterday and maybe tomorrow, but not today. All right. Let's see what we've got for Lee's question here. Why did Lee's ex bail on their daughter? Page of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Swords in the reverse. 10 of Wands. And the Six of Swords in the reverse. There are multiple things not going well for your ex right now. I feel like there's like an air of giving up, or if I tell you what's really going on, then more bad things are going to happen to me. Is the ex going to tell Lee why? Yes. But I feel like it's kind of forced out of him. Currently, there's an attempt to keep up an illusion because he feels like he's preventing other bad things from happening. So is this related to money? Yes. Queen of Pentacles. He's got more financial issues, and they're starting to, it's like the foundation is cracking. Seven of Wands. I think there is a financial deadline coming up. You have to pay some taxes. You have to pay a fine. You have to pay off a credit card. You're going to lose something. There's multiple things that have happened financially because of irresponsible behavior and inability to actually like pay what is due. Is this about bankruptcy? There could be some consideration around whether or not it makes sense to file bankruptcy. It's like I'm trying to pay off people from my past that I owe money to with money that I should be spending on other things. It's like I can never catch up totally. Thank you, Kathy. Let me add that for you. I'd like to know what are Steve's feelings for me. Broke it off recently. Thank you, Kathy. I've added that for you. And why did Lee's ex bail on the meeting? Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Star. I feel like he got caught up somewhere. Maybe he couldn't travel where he needed to be. I also think he's dealing with depression. But the biggest thing here seems to be I'm nervous that if I tell you what's going on with my finances, that everything will come crashing down. So it's like he's made a very risky bet and he's finding out that that bet is not paying off. It's not going well. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Cups. I think he's borrowed money, maybe even from family or friends. He's got multiple people chasing him around for money. He's in trouble. I also think there's some medical debt here. I think he could be arrested, actually. There is something that could kind of reach a fever pitch. And his reactive energy, or the way he kind of can get combative or like overreact, I feel like this could be leading up to kind of a dramatic, like the cops get called kind of situation, or they were. But it's all about finances. It all comes down to, I don't have the money that I need, and so I'm acting desperate. Is that the same reason why he bailed on the conversation with Lee? Yeah, everything right now is, how do I get money? I mean, what's flashing through my mind right now, Lee, are little excerpts from Intervention, the show, because it seems like that same cycle of I wake up and now I need to figure out how to get money any way possible. Can I steal? Can I, get someone to loan me some money? That's his reality right now. So it may even just be, I don't have time to talk to you because I'm really trying to get money. So that's what it all boils down to. And thank you for praying for him. I hope things get better, but he doesn't know how to focus on anything else right now. There's desperation. So yes, thank you to those that are sending some healing, positive energy. I think things would be tense for a little bit longer because there's no resolution here that he's found. But I do question whether or not that means that Sage would be able to get what she needs if she's in his care. Let's see what we've got for Kath D. What are Steve's feelings towards Kath D, please? What are Steve's feelings towards Kath D? A sense of loss, unfinished business. I didn't do enough. I let a little thing turn into a big problem, and now I don't know how to move forward. Now I don't know how to fix things. Regret. We might see the Five of Cups. Three of Wands in the reverse. The Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of back and forth, or, I think this and then I freak out and I want to say something, but I don't know how you would respond. So I do nothing. I'm just sitting here, right? I want to defend myself. I want to tell you what's really going on. I want another opportunity or another chance. But I think Steve feels pretty confident you would reject any attempt. So we have stressed, anxiety, and feeling like I don't know how to move forward. Three of Swords in the reverse. Comparatively, Steve feels like you're over here handling it like a boss. Steve feels like you're this emperor. Doesn't have to be a man, right? But the Emperor is somebody who is able to take control. So maybe for a long time, Steve felt like you were just kind of being nonchalant or kind of chill about things. And then all of a sudden, from his perspective, you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to try to fix this. I don't think there is a way to fix this. I just need to like walk away. And I think you were right. So has Steve done some healing? Yes. Is Steve capable of offering the kind of relationship that Kathy is interested in? Yes. The problem is there is still some perception that needs to be corrected. In other words, yes, there's been healing. Yes, there's this realization that I did something wrong. I need to actually have changed behavior if I want to come back around and ask for another chance. But this is a half-cooked burrito situation, which is basically how I describe when somebody needs to go back in for some more healing, right? If you've ever gotten one of those giant gas station burritos, like I swear I follow the directions and still when I bite into the burrito, I haven't had one of them in years, but you know, in the middle, it's still frozen. This person is still dealing with a little bit of ice around their heart. They need to go back in the microwave. They need a little bit more healing. But this is somebody who's thinking to themselves, this is basically the one who got away. This is a major loss, and it happened because I wasn't willing to take action on something that you asked me to do something about. So it's like, I see you as being right. I see you as being like you asked for the right thing. That's his perception of it, right? I was the one who messed it up. But there's still more healing here. And I think he is going to come back around. I think he does want to reconcile. But if you were to reconcile today, another problem would pop up because the healing is not done. I feel like there's someone he needs to forgive. He needs to open up the feminine side, the emotional intimacy side. And the way to unlock that is letting go of anger from a previous relationship or like a parent. Until that happens, the relationship element between the two of you will always end up in the same, like, really? That's how you're going to treat me? They need to forgive someone. So I hope that he does. But this is definitely someone who loves you and wants to work on things. It's just that right now there's some insecurity or some frustrations that keep hitting this person right in the gut. And then they can't do the relationship thing right, you know? But what I am very happy to see is you coming through as the Emperor. You know what you got, and I'm proud of you. You know that you have to have boundaries if somebody isn't going to treat you right. And that is what is helpful in terms of Steve actually realizing, okay, I have some work to do, right? It's like it's like when a sink or a shower clogs to the point where you're like, man, I don't even like taking showers anymore. I can't even brush my teeth without it getting all like filled up. I guess I got to clean it out now. I have a lot of hair, okay, you guys, this happens to me. Things had to get to a certain point for Steve to be like, oh, we got a little bit of a problem on our hands. But there is forward movement. The important thing is for you to not entertain a second chance if there hasn't been the healing that needs to happen, if the forgiveness hasn't happened, right? Hello, Seraphim. How are you doing? Hello, Alan. How are you doing? I'm talking about boxing? Interesting. No, I'm not gonna give you my opinions in the upcoming UFC fight. For real? That ain't important to me. I'm sorry. Like, I respect that that's what you like, but my gift is not about who's gonna win a fight. Did I say hello to Key Controller? I can't remember. Hello. Kathy, I'm sending you a big old hug. I am so proud of you. It looks like you are handling this the way that you need to. Do not sacrifice the time that is needed in order for this to be resolved, or do not settle, right? I don't think you need to hear that. I think you already know that. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I will see you on the next reading.